ENC 3249. So begins Module 5. Module 5 concerns itself with instructions, graphics, and team management. That's why the name of the module is Instructions, Graphics, and Team Management. Because believe it or not, you're going to learn about, say it with me now, instructions, graphics, and team management. So where do we begin? Well, you've got discussion notes, and you have 5 portions of discussion notes. Some of them are relevant to all of you, and some of them are only relevant to some of you, but you should definitely look at all of them. So the notes on collaboration, document design, and graphics are 100% for everybody. So whether you are doing a report for your final project or instructions for your final project, you should acquaint yourself with how to collaborate as a team, how to design a document, and how to produce graphics. The other 2 sections on instructions and usability testing are only super vital for those of you who are going to do instructions and a video for your final project. And people who are going to do a report and a video might want to just glance at those rather than giving them their full and undivided attention. Please note also, for those of you who are doing instructions, you have a instruction sample document. And I want to say a word about that. It's okay. Like, it's not ideal. It is only there to demonstrate some really key fundamental concepts of document design in terms of instructions. It's not really professional grade. It's student grade. It is meant to look like an easy 12-stepper. And in fact, I put it together for my 3213 students who are tasked with doing instructions essentially as a minor project. So that's really more what that reflects than any sense of an actual proper user's manual. So it's a little amateurish based on what I'm asking for, but it does highlight some things that I really do expect to see. Every step is illustrated. Every step is in the imperative. That is, it tells you to do something. It has an FAQ. It has safety warnings. These are all things that we always expect to see in a good user manual or instruction set. So in that way, it is exemplary. Looking at your Module 5 reading list, you've got 4 chapters out of the Markel and Selber text. Obviously, some of them are more useful than others. If you look at chapter 14, that's your writing definitions, descriptions, and instructions chapter. Guess which one we actually care about? It's the instructions portion. And I think your quiz actually reflects that. Just as a heads up, I do give you a link here to the worst PowerPoint presentation ever. That is a download link, and you might have to open that in a new window. I think you're going to think it's really interesting and also a lot of fun to look at. Obviously, you do need some sort of slide deck for those of you who are giving a presentation, for those of you who are doing a report and giving a presentation, so that is definitely worth having a look at. Work-wise, in Module 5, you've got 4 reading quizzes altogether, and those can all be completed individually. None of them are super hard, just like your typical quiz. You can look the answers up as you're going along. Your minor project is a group minor project, so you're all going to have to work together to complete it. That includes a project outline, a design statement, and a project team biography and timeline. So to give you an idea of what that looks like, we are talking about a designed document. So this thing should probably look pretty nice. It is going to serve as a style guide. So when you're thinking about that final report, when you're looking at Markel and Selber, and when you're looking at the sections on page design, remember that we're looking for a glossy, well-produced document, not just black and white text. You need graphics. I want to see color used intelligently. If you're going to use photographs, that's a pretty common one, especially for instruction sets. They should be framed well. They should be put in place. They should be labeled consistently. So you need to tell me all about that stuff. I want to see a 1-page team biography. So I want to see all of your, I would like to see pictures. I think that's a word to the wise. A picture and then a short bio of you. If you're not comfortable with that, or if you don't have time to do that, or you're not inclined, that's fine. But I do want to see a sort of consistent application. If some of you are going to have pictures and some of you aren't, I want to see a silhouette for the people that aren't going to be there. I also want you to give me a project timeline. So this is pretty much something that you're going to backdate. Technically, you started this project last week, and I'm only now asking you for a timeline. But I do want you to be able to put specific dates and time frames on when everything is going to be due. or when everything is going to be completed. So definitely, you and your team get together, even if it's just virtually, and talk about Minor Project 4 because it is a group project. I do have some examples for all the different components. Are any of them perfect? No, of course not. That's not the point of an example. If an example is perfect, then all you do is copy it. Instead, what I've given you is it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 different documents that are all probably pretty helpful and should give you some idea of what we're talking about, even if it's not exemplifying it perfectly. So that one's going to take a little extra work from you this week, but everything else, the 4 quizzes, should be pretty easy. They're all very, very typical hunt and peck type quizzes, and you should be able to find the answers without any great difficulty. Next week, next module, that is Module 6, we're going to talk briefly about writing for the web. We're going to talk about Wiki and Git. I'm not quizzing you on any of that, I don't think. Next week for work, instead, the big thing is your final project. You and your group producing a document and a video. And whether that is a report and a presentation, or if it is an instruction set and a how-to video, that's entirely up to your group. It is the beginning of week 5, so boy, I really hope you've made that decision, and you should be working full speed ahead at this point. If you're not, if you and your team are having problems, I would remind you, contact me immediately. I can probably help you with whatever it is in the first half of week 5. After Wednesday of week 5, however, the workload is too great for everybody, myself included, to get really deep down and involved in your project. I can help with little things if you want to bounce ideas off of me and so on. But for deeper problems, like we can't find something to write about, or especially if you have a group member who's just not coming to meetings, who's not participating, who's not offering feedback, who maybe needs me to sort of, give them a ring. So I'm not calling anybody, but at least drop an email. I need to hear about that in the first half of week 5. In terms of actually helping to bring somebody from your group back into the fold, I really can't do anything about it after Wednesday. There's just not going to be time for them to come back in and make a significant contribution. So realistically, if you're having problems with your group or a group member, the time to contact me is right now, Monday of week 5. Also in week 6, you're going to have a little bit of individual work. I have made it, I don't want to say intentionally easy, but I think you'll see that it's not too terribly difficult when you get there. There's some quizzes with some pretty self-explanatory answers. Nothing too terribly taxing. It should be a big, easy point grab of about 40-ish points at the end of Module 6. So consider it a little gift to you, I guess. A nice little reward just for staying with me this whole time. All right, so that is Module 5 and a little bit of a preview of Module 6. Module 5, again, focused on instructions, graphics, and team management, how to keep your team working together, how to keep everybody contributing positively, and how to organize your document along some semblance of decent aesthetic principles when it's time to compile it. So, as always, if you have questions, concerns, if you just want to talk about technical writing, or if you just need to, I don't know, let somebody know how you're doing, don't hesitate to email me. My email address has not changed from the beginning of the semester. It's still vmalish@fiu.edu. That's vmalesh @fiu.edu. Have a great week. Week 5, we're almost done, so put in a good week this week. Front load as much work as you can. Really looking forward to seeing your final projects, and I look forward to hearing from you, and I'll talk to you soon.